are. So I would just be willing to open up this next question for you. What are you seeing among the next generation from like 18 to 30-year-olds in what we consider probably post-Christian, post-modern, and unchurched parts of the country? What are you seeing in regards to that age demographic?
Well, I mean, so I guess the question would probably be like, in what portion of that demographic? Because obviously, like I always tell people that when we're looking at culture, there is like, what is everyone across the board? But then it's like, what is going on in kids who are raised in the church?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then there's what's going on in the kids who are raised outside of the church, and so there are different things going on in different pockets. I think ultimately what we're seeing right now culturally, and that's not only young adults, is that we're seeing large scale deconstruction. And really what that is I actually don't think deconstruction is bad in like as a concept, because really what the younger generation is seeing is they're looking at the world and they're saying, this isn't good enough, which is a great thing. And every generation, you go back to the 60s before they were hippies, before they were boomers, and they're like, yeah, this is not good enough. Like we could do better than this. And I think that that's a beautiful thing because, there's an idealism to being young, and they're like, man, like I want my world to be better than this. And so they're looking at all these different areas, whether we're looking at race relations, whether we're looking at, kind of the way wealth is distributed, or things like immigration, politics. They're saying, look, we should be doing better than this. And they're also part of becoming a young adult is defining yourself. And for most people, they define themselves differently from their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So it's like you have like it's like teenage, like the teenage years, puberty is designed by God and by nature, really by God through nature, for children to leave their parents and start new families. I mean, like that's what the Bible says. You'll leave your father and mother, you'll cleave to your wife, and two will become one flesh. So it's like puberty is designed for people to mature so that they leave their family to start a new family. So, but you have that. And then they're also, you have kids who are leaving their parents' faith. They're abandoning their parents' politics. And it is a normal step. And we call that all deconstruction, whether we're looking at how policing works, it's going on everywhere. So I think deconstruction is what is happening. And not all of it is bad, but some of it is completely destructive. So, and I think, so I always tell people that when we're talking about the younger generation wants a voice because they don't like what they're seeing and they're not content with the status quo.
Beautiful.
And so for me, it's like, how do we give the younger generation a voice into what's going on? Because this is going to I always say that the emerging generation is not the future. They're the present. It's just the people who think that they're the future don't realize that they're already here, right, and they want to say in their world.
That is some brilliant insight. I can't wait to digest that and also dive deeper into that. And in especially this year, like this present moment that we find ourselves in right